Welcome to ArchRivals Football Season 4. Sponsored by Raz Energy, Steiner Sports, and Super Draft Pro. Here is your starting lineup for Season 4. Number 20, Darnell, the Playmaker, Sallins. Number 96, Alex, the Bearman, Kazzaz. And number 69, Ricky, the Master of Mayhem, Litwinkowich. Kickoff is starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is Saturday, September 3rd, 2022. We are 4.5 days away from the official start of the NFL season 2022/2023, technically. I'm not alone. I am here with the boys in the upper right-hand corner of your screen and on your podcast listening platform. It is the Bear Man, the Bear of Texas, Mr. Alex Kazzaz. Alex, what's going on, my friend?
Always ready to be here, gentlemen.
And in your upper left-hand corner, we have all the way from the lovely Sunshine State of Florida. It is the Playmaker himself, Mr. Darnell Sallins. What's doing?
I hope y'all ready, because one side of the country we didn't get to yet. And that was something I know very well.
I am just going to say that this will probably be the most controversial preview that we have going on today. The most controversial.
Controversial?
Yes, because I will go out and say this. We are going to play a game today as well on the show.
I did not agree to a game.
Well, we will when we get to the AFC West, because I think the people need to know that
You're not high on the Broncos. They already know that they've been paying attention to the show.
Yes, I am not high on the Broncos. I've never been high on the Broncos. Only when there was like a guy whose name was John Elway and a Peyton Manning, huge billboard forehead guy. That's the only way I can really.
Are you talking about Mr. Omaha?
Yes, Mr. Omaha, the original Omaha guy going on. I will say this though, I think today is going to be a really good episode for us to kind of let loose. But I'm not going to lie when I tell you that this is going to be pretty good. And I think without further ado, I think we're really going to just jump into the actual first part of our show today. And we're going to start off with the NFC West. And the reason why I say the NFC West...
So you're not saving the best for last.
Oh. No, we are saving the best for last. I'm going to save all of the arguing and the controversies and everything else till the last. Because I can tell you this right now. Starting off with the Arizona Cardinals, right? I don't see this division as strong as it was in the past.
Not as strong. Not as strong.
I do not see them as strong in the past.
Chris Canty. Oh, did I say that?
So let's just not even struggle when it comes to all of this.
You did mention the controversy at the beginning, did you not, Mr. Master of Mayhem?
Yes. There's always going to be
You weren't kidding. You were not kidding. You were not exaggerating. But then again, that's not what you do. But
I would. If I really wanted to, I would play a clip from a certain person from ESPN who made the dumbest poop prediction I've ever heard in my life. But I ain't gonna do it.
No, because we try not to. We try not to do things like that.
Well, when you say something blasphemous like that on national television, you should get called out.
Listen, I am totally allowed to do these things. I am. I'm not going to lie when I tell you this. I am allowed to say things that make people think. And
Not you, the guy that's on ESPN who actually played the game of football.
oh, are we talking about Ryan? What's his face again?
No, Chris Canty.
He's another fucking bona fide idiot.
I don't know. I'll modify it for you guys, okay? You know what, Chris? You know what? I'm gonna save it when we get to my team because it involves my team. So I'll save it when we get to my team.
Well, in the meantime, we're going to start with Alex on the Arizona Cardinals schedule. So, Alex, take it away.
Well, gentlemen, honestly, when I saw that Mr. Kyler Murray, well, I can't say he simply got paid because that's too much of an understatement. Am I right there?
Yes and no, but I'll
But
digress.
it's interesting because he got this kind of contract, and there was basically all this talk about a fallout that he was done because he had removed any mention of the team from his social media pages. But anyway, so I guess we're beyond that right now.
Oh, you forgot the most important part of that whole contract. How you gonna bring up the contract and not talk about the most important part of the contract?
Well, how many important parts of that contract are there? It's hard to know which one's the most important, Mr. Playmaker.
When it says in the contract you must study 4 hours every day.
Oh, boy.
How you not mention that?
Oh, you know why? Because it brings up a little bit of stressful memories of my days of my senior year of school. So maybe that's why. I didn't want to think too much on that. But yeah, you're right. But anyway.
Even though they try to take it away, y'all, Arizona, y'all messed that up. Y'all let the media get a hold of that damn contract, and they found that in the contract. Oh no, Kyler Murray ain't getting away from that.
Oh no. But anyway, the Cardinals last couple of years, there's been a problem. They start out strong, but what happens after that, guys?
El Shido the Beto.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, ain't DeAndre Hopkins suspended for the first 6 games? I believe so.
Yeah. He is, as a matter of fact.
To me, I really don't think it matters.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's been with the team since I believe, since 2020, since the world went to complete shit. And it hasn't really made a difference. But now that I'm looking at the schedule, see, this season could be the shitting the bed all season because they start off against the Chiefs. Then you got the Raiders. And then you got the Playmakers Rams. And then you got the Carolina, which is the game I have to worry about. But the schedule is extremely interesting, right? There's games they're going to win, there's games they're going to lose, but to be honest, I don't think Arizona is in the contention to win the title of the NFC West.
Everybody in the NFC West has to deal with the AFC West, so the two divisions we're talking about today play each other, and then we got to deal with the NFC South. Exactly. But nevertheless, you got a record for us, Bear Man?
All right. I'm going to tell you boys the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And I sincerely hope that you too do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So here we go.
And that's on our website?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The Chiefs is going to start out as an interesting game. It is in Arizona. Now, it's going to be an interesting matchup because you got Murray and Patrick Mahomes, but I think we know who ends up coming on top. But I got to be honest with you guys. I think I see an 0-3 start for Arizona. Las Vegas might be a game we should not. I don't know how it goes, but my gut feeling tells me is I'm seeing an 0-3 start. So I see 0-3, but then I see them winning 3 straight games. I see them beating Carolina. I can see them beating Arizona. Seattle. Okay.
You mean Philly?
Yeah. Oh, Philly. Sorry, guys. It's the excitement. And then, of course, you go to Seattle, and the whole situation right there. So then you got the Saints, but we'll see how that goes. Then you got Arizona, and you got Seattle again before they visit Los Angeles Rams, and then they got the San Francisco 49ers. So the comfort zone goes back and forth, but then again, in a football season, there's no such thing as a, quote, comfort zone. All right.
Hold on. So I have you right now beating the Panthers, the Seahawks the first go around. I didn't hear nothing about the Saints and the Vikings.
Well, Mark. I don't know how Mark's not gonna agree, but the game against Minnesota, Arizona's probably gonna have to get past. But it's another interesting game. It's in Minnesota. So Arizona's okay. So here's the positive out of it. Arizona's gonna sweep Seattle. But they're going to be swept by the Los Angeles Rams, and they're going to be swept by the San Francisco 49ers. Which brings me to the LA Chargers against Arizona. Justin Herbert versus Kyler Murray. You know what? I think in this one, I'm willing to give it to Arizona. And then you got the Patriots. Ricky might want to kick my ass for saying this, but Arizona's going to win that one. Now I'm talking about Ricky wanting to kick my ass. Now I'm talking about my good friend, Mr. John Meesak, because then on December 18th, they play the Denver Broncos. Denver is not going to be able to get that job done.
Oh, wow.
But then you got the GOAT at home against Tampa. That's a loss. They'll beat Atlanta in Atlanta, but they'll lose the finale on the road at San Francisco.
8-9. 8-9. 8-9.
8-9. Interesting.
And real quickly, because I already did all this with all the other shows that I do, I got the same record.
I have 9-8.
He going 9-8. He gave them one more victory. What's that one more game you gave them?
Let me just look at my sheet here. I actually had them beating KC week 1.
Oh, wow. Oh, they go to 1.
I did have them over Seattle. I actually had them over Seattle twice, really. What's up, Wade? If you can, share it out, please. We got the most controversial show on the planet today with the West. I do have them over the Falcons. I have them over the Vikings. Carolina. I think I also did have them over the Pats. And I think they do split with at least San Francisco. That was pretty much my general assessment.
I can't wait to. He's not a believer in Trey Lance. So
I see this. I see it as this. Okay. Again, we really didn't see very much out of Trey Lance last night, which again, last year I should say. So, again, I think he still is not up to speed with the NFL as of right now. And again, if the 49ers, who are coming up later in this block, end up starting to falter in the beginning, you're going to end up going with the backup and Mr. Jimmy G, who could be actually previewing himself maybe for free agency next season, or the fact of, they just need a refresh at quarterback. That's why I have them splitting. San Francisco is going to be, again, another one of those controversial teams that we do talk about on the broadcast. Controversial, because, controversy creates cash. And that's what we like to do on Pipe Bomb Material.
Well, that's where we are.
All right. So do we all have our records there? You have 8. You have 8 and 9 for both of yous, and I have 9 and 8. Am I right on that?
So. It would appear so.
All right. Next up would be the Seattle Seahawks, the team that I have zero faith in, and I mean zero because
Gino, oh Gino,
Mr. Broken Jaw Smith. And Drew is unlocked and not locked. They still have their wide receiving core. Carson retired. I think that's going to be a very difficult thing for the Seahawks to pick up. There's no Legion of Boom anymore. It's Legion of Kaboom.
They still got Rashad Penny.
He wasn't great with the Raiders. I don't think he's going to be great with the Seahawks either. Your only two different makers are Lockett and Metcalf. And even then, you got to be able to get them the ball somehow. And
Let me
they're,
tell that defense. Oh yeah, they leader.
like I
Went
said,
somewhere else.
Legion of Kaboom, not Boom. They
Leader went
exploded.
somewhere else.
There is not one member of that original Legion of Boom left on that defense, which is unbelievable. All
I
right.
gotta ask you, gentlemen, could the Seahawks part ways with Pete Carroll?
I really think they should have done that after last season, personally. If you're really going to start over from scratch after you've traded away your superstar player to the team you play week 1, I think it probably would have been better for a complete reboot.
Ooh,
and not
Monday night. Monday night. By the way,
yeah, go ahead.
Russell Wilson was at the U.S. Open last night with the wife.
Yeah, because she has to be there. You know, all of the stars have to be out in New York City. Well, technically Queens, but you know, all stars have to be there for the U.S. Open. Okay, so I'm going to go with the hodgepodge of the Seattle Seahawks 2022 season. I believe I don't have them winning anything more than 4 games. They have Denver week 1. I think that'll be Denver's main highlight for the season. They'll lose to San Fran. They possibly can beat the Falcons. They could possibly beat the Lions, which they would start off 2-2. And then they're going to go on a really, really bad long streak. Losing to the Saints, losing to the Cardinals twice, losing to the Chargers, losing to the Giants, because if the Giants can't beat them, then they're not even anything believable to begin with. Dismantled by Tampa, at Tampa.
No, that is in Germany. That game is in Germany.
Oh, yeah, that's a 6:30 in the morning game. Well, 9 o'clock here. But still,
Wade,
dismantled.
That's what I've been asking myself, Wade, because Mr. Wade is asking if Tyreek Hill not being in Kansas City anymore is a factor for the Chiefs.
We're getting there, Wade. We saved the best segment for last. Trust me when I tell you that. Yes, we did, because the whole segment for freaking AFC West is the fucking best part of it. Smashed by the smash.
He's saying that because he's going to kill a lot of people's teams.
Yes, I am, and I still have my pick for the division anyway. Smashed by the Raiders, smashed by the Rams, beating Carolina, I think, because that roster is so messed up, and by then Christian McCaffrey will be hurting on the IR again. Don't have them beating the 49ers. They're not beating Kansas City, even though Kansas City's not as great as they were 3 seasons past. I actually do have them beating the Jets in Week 17. So that would be my 4-13 record. That's how we go.
And then me and you flip. They go 5-12.
All right. Am I next, gentlemen?
Yes, you are.
Well, let me say first things first. I'm on the same boat with Ricky as far as record, but I'm not just gonna take the shortcut and say, "Oh, I agree with Ricky," and move on, because that's not who I am. That's not who we are. We're Pipe Bomb Radio, for God's sake. This is our tribe.
It's the Seahawks.
Anyway.
It's the
yes,
Seahawks.
but still, I mean, we're
my nephew.
We're well-educated and sophisticated playmakers.
But
so
it's the Seahawks. He has to win 4. I have to win 5. What is there left to talk about?
Well, okay. Well, let me show you. Well, see, now I spoke about John hating me earlier. Now, John might actually get, okay, maybe he's not such a bad guy after all, but yeah, Denver is definitely beating Seattle. It's definitely going to be the kind of heartwarming homecoming for Mr. Russell Wilson. And speaking of Russell Wilson, what just happened with him in Denver, I think, earlier this week?
We'll get to that when we get to Denver.
Yeah. Well, it's a little preview. It's a teaser, as Ricky likes to say. So Denver wins that one. All right. And then they lose to San Francisco. So that's 0-2. But then I see 2-2. And then, as Ricky says, that long losing streak goes. But I'm not going to rule out the possible loss to Detroit. But Now, you look at the losing streak moving forward, you play New Orleans, Arizona, Los Angeles, the Giants. I mean, the Giants, for all I know, maybe the Seahawks could somehow pull it away. You never know. But it's going to be a long road right there. And then when they go to Los Angeles to play the Rams on December 4th, I have a feeling, Playmaker, you're going to be sitting on your couch with a huge smile on your face from start to finish.
No.
And if that happens, I will certainly be excited to hear what you have to say on that.
Mr. Season.
Well, they will definitely beat Carolina because, of course, like Ricky said, Christian McCaffrey more than likely is going to end up on the injured list. It breaks my heart to say that because Christian McCaffrey, get out of Stanford, was certainly one of the exciting player to watch. But like Saquon Barkley, the guy can't stay healthy. Not that I'm holding that against him because, unfortunately it happens. The injuries are out of the player's control unless, of course, the player does something stupid. But anyway, it does not end well. I'm definitely going to give them the win against the Jets. But then, the Rams come to Seattle in the final week, and Los Angeles just has another day in the office for them. And it's on the positive for Los Angeles, but not so much for Seattle.
So we did all that to get to the same record.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I noticed why, Rick, why you shook your head.
No, I'm shaking my head at something else that's currently going on right now.
He's shaking his head at both.
All right, here we go. Next up, this is where I think the
fun begins.
San Francisco 49ers. Now, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to say this, Jay, but I'm shouting out Jason Rodriguez.
Jason Rodriguez, is he in the chat?
No, he's not. But I guarantee you he'll watch this later because I think he's doing a gaming stream right now.
Although I should let you guys know, 17 people are watching on YouTube.
Sweet.
21 now, actually.
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers.
Shout out to all of those people on the tube. If you can, please share it out. Come hang out with us. We love the peoples.
And that's the only time he's gonna beg.
No, I don't beg.
So you better savor this moment while you can.
No, I never.
San Francisco 49ers. Trey Lance is the quarterback, but Jimmy G's the backup. What a hell of a backup to have if you're the 49ers. A lot of people are on board with Trey Lance. A lot of people believe in San Francisco 49ers because Kyle Shanahan's still the head coach and still pretty much the offensive coordinator at the same time, too. They still have a top 5 defense, if I recall. Did they lose anybody on defense that I missed out on?
To be honest with you, I don't think they really made very many splashes in the offseason.
I said, did they lose anybody that I missed?
I don't think that there was any major real changes on the team.
So they still have a top 5 defense, and you can arguably say one of the best linebacker cores in the NFL is with the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So you still got the coach. The backup usually was the starter, and you still got a top 5 defense. Question is, Trey Lance. This is where the fun begins, because for me, Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. Mostly everybody don't give a damn about Chicago at this point in time. So San Francisco, I got you splitting with Seattle. I got you beating the hell out of Seattle. You're gonna split with the Rams. You're gonna win on Monday night, and you can come to us like 3 weeks later, and we gonna beat you. Denver, Sunday Night Football on the road. I like Denver. You'll beat Carolina. You'll beat Atlanta. You'll beat the Chargers. You'll beat the brakes off the Cardinals, like you do the Seahawks. You'll beat Carson. Oh Lord, they gave San Fran Carson. Oh God. At least it's at the end of the season. Miami. I can't see Miami going across the country and winning that game. The GOAT can do it, but I got San Fran. Seattle, I already talked about Seattle, Vegas. I got Vegas winning that one. So I have to believe that 12-5 for me.
You have them at 12-5.
12-5. I said it. I'm sticking to it, and I said it on other shows, so I might as well stick to it.
You said what you said.
Bearman, go, because this is where I'm gonna blow up. Please, please go before I blow.
All right.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, first things first, the 2-0 start is in order. But you know what? Somehow, some way, Denver could do it. Denver could do it, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going to give Denver the win against San Francisco. Now I don't know if John Misak's saying, oh, well, he's not such a bad guy after all, or maybe Bearman's just being the Bearman, not really giving a fuck what people think, just telling it like it is, how he really feels. Either way. But then you got to host Los Angeles Rams. I had the Rams and 49ers splitting each one, but Los Angeles could.
You're a very smart man, okay? You're a very smart man.
For this one, I honestly think, if Los Angeles is red hot, that's why I'm not sure when that's the part that's really tough. Is Los Angeles going to take the win in San Francisco or in Los Angeles? It could go either way. But I do have in that series they split. So you know what? Give that one to San Francisco because Los Angeles doesn't want to lose at home to San Francisco. But San Francisco picks up the win against Carolina and, of course, against the Falcons. And then we got the Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the 49ers.
That's in San Francisco.
Which is in San Francisco. Now, well, based on the start so far, I'm not sure if Trey Lance is still at quarterback or if it's going to be Jimmy G. But, that could happen at any time. But I think San Francisco takes that win. Before the rematch in Los Angeles, and now the Rams are like, if the Rams are going to lose up in San Francisco, the Rams are like, you're not winning in our house. So the Rams take that one. And then the other Los LA team, the Chargers. You know what? I'm going with the Chargers on that one.
Ooh, in San Francisco? Okay.
Yeah.
Chargers on the road.
49ers at Cardinals. Well, I did say that they would be swept by the 49ers, did I not?
You damn sure did.
So I'm not very well. You know what? I could bet.
No, you said they split. You said we will sweep them. You said San Fran was split.
I said San Fran would split with Arizona.
You said San Fran would split with Arizona.
Okay.
Remember, you gave Arizona 8 wins.
All right. Making sure. So Arizona's gonna be blessed enough to take this win. They'll definitely beat the Saints. Oh, well, here we go. Squish the fish. I wonder if that's why Ricky was about to blow up.
Nope.
Probably not. All right, they're not losing them. No. The goat. How many times has Ricky said you just don't go against the goats? You don't bet against the goat.
Hey, that's in San Francisco, okay? That's not like
that's a homecoming for Mr. Thomas Edward Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually. It is, as a matter of fact. Okay. A simple win against Seattle. I always said there's no such thing as an easy win, but yeah, they're not going to lose to Seattle. The Commanders, really. Is that supposed to be like a comedy match in pro wrestling terms? They're not going to lose to Carson Wentz. Against the Rail, if they were still in Oakland, this would be known as the Battle of San Francisco Bay. They're going to be in Las Vegas, and I'm giving Vegas that win. And then they pick up the win against San Francisco. Against Arizona, January 8th, 2023. There's that split that Darnell kindly reminded us of.
11-6. That's 2 people. That's a double-digit wins for the San Francisco 49ers, led by Trey Lance.
And everybody that's watching on YouTube, again, thank y'all very, very much. And as the Master of Mayhem kindly said, please subscribe. Please share it out. We appreciate the support, y'all.
Is this the debut of the real Master of Mayhem for ArchRivals? Is this the debut?
Here's where the hate begins.
It's the debut of Master of Mayhem.
Here's where the hate begins.
Should we brace ourselves?
Well,
ready for this. It just took him a long to finally catch up.
What do I have I have the 49ers twice over Seattle, correct?
Yeah.
And I have them splitting with the Cardinals, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So that's already 3 wins. Mm-hmm. San Francisco teeters between 10 and 9. Here's why.
I need a definite number. So
They
Chicago's
can
the win, right?
They can open up the season 3-0. Because I would put that really great top defense to smother Chicago, dismantle Seattle. I believe that their defense can legit lock down Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson's not been able to solve the 49ers very many times in his career.
That's 5.
Okay? Lose to the Rams.
Oh,
Week
man.
4. Week 4.
Wow. Okay. Because I damn sure don't have that.
But they have the Rams a win in week 8. I say San Fran can split. My questionable games are going to be the Kansas City game, the Charger game, lost to Tampa, and I'm going to say they beat the Chargers, but don't beat the Raiders.
Don't beat the Raiders.
I have them at...
You still got Miami, and you still got the Commanders. And you already at 9 wins.
I say they're going to have a letdown against the Dolphins.
Oh, he is not squishing the fish.
No. I again, that game is...
History has been made on ArchRivals.
It's at home, but I think that's a game that they're going to have troubles with. And the only reason why I'm kind of dicey about the schedule again is because the unproven factor of Trey Lance. I can guaranteeingly tell you if it ends up being it ends up happening when they get to that stretch from week 4 to around the bye week where they got to go against the Super Bowl champions twice. If Lance is not the key, then you're going to see Jimmy G slide in there somewhere, and he's going to re-win that job. That is going to be the 49ers' saving grace the entire season, is going to be Jimmy G. There's a reason why they did not trade Jimmy G. It's not because teams didn't want him. It's because of the fact being is they're going to hold on to a actual viable quarterback. That's where we go.
That's where we go.
All right. Moving on. We have the Super Bowl champ, LA Rams. And I'll let Darnell speak his piece. He's all excited over there. Or frozen. Either way, don't know.
He's a little overwhelmed.
I think his internet is freaking out.
It is.
Yeah, I figured that. All right, D. Hit him up with that lovely LA Rams talk. We might lose him. Yeah, he's kind of diddling over there. There he goes. And he first got. All right, Darnell. We'll have to put you on hold till we get the internet fixed. Alex, hit him with some Rams because he's all like freezy flowy over there. Like I don't even know what to do yet. See, he even lost his picture.
The look. Oh my.
Yeah, he's on low signal. Go ahead, Alex. We might have to carry it in the meantime.
No problem. All right. So they start off, against the Buffalo Bills. It's actually a game I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on. But we talked about this already. It's gonna be a hell of a game, and for the Bills, it's gonna be a losing effort. So obviously that means I'm picking the Rams to win. But again, it's gonna be a losing effort. It's gonna be a main event. A main event. For wrestling terms. All right. The Los Angeles Rams hosting the Atlanta Falcons. All right. Of course, we know what I'm going with. And then I did say so that's 2-0. And I did say that the Rams are sweeping the Cardinals, right?
I believe you said that.
I did that. I did. So that's 3-0. And then there's that loss to San Francisco on Monday night, like I said. And then they got my Cowboys October 9th. They're not losing to my Cowboys. They're definitely going to beat the Carolina Panthers at home, and then they're definitely going to beat the San Francisco 49ers at home as well. And then you got the rematch from the playoffs. The Rams versus the Buccaneers and Tampa. I picked Tampa, didn't I? When we went through that division, didn't
I
we?
believe you picked Tampa. Again, Darnell, we lost him somehow. Listen, there is never one day where we don't have a malfunction on this show, and technically today it's not me.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's kind of pipe bomb radio.
Well, they are having some scheduling issues, or I should say weather issues over on the south of the equator. He's back.
Here he is. All right. Hey, Darnell, I did have Tampa beating Los Angeles, didn't I?
I missed the other games you talked about. I ain't hear San Fran. No, you gave San Fran now. I ain't hear the Cowboys or the Panthers.
Well, we already spoke about that one. The Cowboys and the Rams. Yeah, I said they're not losing to the Cowboys. But going with Tampa, and of course, like I said, they sweep the Cardinals, so they take the Cardinals at home before beating the Saints, beating the Chiefs, beating the Seahawks.
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you say going to New Orleans and winning and going to Arrowhead and winning?
Yep.
Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, you did. And you know what? You know what, Darnell? I said what I said.
All right.
But I do have the Raiders beating the Rams in Los Angeles.
Ooh, the Battle of L.A. You got the Raiders? Ooh, interesting.
On a Thursday night, the disrespect is real.
Oh.
Fortunately, you're not gonna. You might get close to beating the Packers, but the Packers might find a way. It's gonna be in Lambeau Field. But rest assured, you will beat Denver, and then we really got to. Now this is the Battle of Los Angeles, Ricky. Well, I mean the Raiders were in Los Angeles.
They're the true LA team. Let's not lie. Just because they relocated.
Yeah.
I understand he doesn't know the full LA history, but
I could give two shits. They're still in freaking Los Angeles and California.
No, I'm talking about he don't understand. And Ricky, me and you, we know about it.
What's up, Red? How's it going, my man?
So now we got the Rams and the Chargers. I mean, everybody would have thought it would be so interesting if this was Los Angeles versus San Diego, but it's not there and it's not that. Rams winning. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I mean, you got a battle, you got a derby right there. You got the LA NFL Derby right there. And then, of course, they win that one, and then they close it off in style. They beat Seattle.
13-4.
Yep.
All right, I'm actually going to step in here, and I'll let I'll do a little bit of role reversal right now.
Oh,
so
take it away.
I'm looking at this strength of schedule deal, and I find it extremely misleading.
Oh, number one in the elite.
They have the Rams.
Misleading.
Yes, they have the Rams with the 31st schedule in the NFL. But the projections are that they only have the Rams winning 11 games.
Well, let's see. You have Buffalo who won the AFC East. You have the Cowboys who won the NFC East. You have Tampa Bay who won the NFC South. You have Kansas City who won the AFC West. You have Green Bay who won the NFC North. That's 5 division champions on that schedule. Not to mention you got to deal with San Fran twice.
But they have them at the 31st on the schedule on easy. They have them on the easiest schedule according to this thing here.
You looking at it wrong. I can tell you, we have the hardest schedule in the league.
This has them listed as number 31 with only 10.5 wins. This is the one that I'm looking at. Okay.
You're looking at the wrong one. I know you're looking at the wrong one because when the schedules popped out, because Bearman can tell you, we looked at that strength of schedule and the Rams was at the top of that list.
Well, I'll put it to this way. I think to me, I look at it this way. Okay. Now this is going to be kind of my lead off to the next thing after the commercial break. There are teams on this list that are not the teams that they were last year. Green Bay, definitely not the same team as last year, and they won the North, correct?
Mm-hmm. And they still got Aaron Rodgers.
And they have no wide receiving core, nor do they have anything viable for running back, okay? Kansas City is not the team that they were last year. No Tyke Hill, Half the defense shot to shit.
They still got Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes.
You can triple team Travis Kelce all day now that there's no Tyreek Hill. Or you play the softer zone coverage. Okay? Seattle, not the same team as last year. Chargers, Raiders are stronger. Yes. Tampa, not as strong. No Gronk, no O.J. Howard. Okay? Dallas, not the same team as last year. Oh, and wait, where did Dallas win the division last year?
Yes, they did.
Okay. So let's not even say that this schedule, okay, really provides a lot of wins. Okay? Buffalo really hasn't changed much. That's a division winner. The Falcons are crap. The Cardinals will be a battle, but the Rams should be able to hold them off. San Fran is probably going to be their toughest test in the division. They can smoke the Cowboys, which I'm pretty sure I said when we covered the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, smash. Again, the split with San Fran. Tampa's going to be a battle. There's not very many other teams on here that's going to challenge them except for the Raiders and the Chargers. This is not one of those schedules where people are saying, oh, this is a tough schedule. You're looking at the teams as if they were last year. There are holes in every one of these teams that the Rams can legit jet through. At 10.5 wins, I think that's kind of a little bit of a stretch. If they're not winning 12, then there's a problem. Because again, there's only 5 teams on this list that are going to challenge them. Buffalo, the 49ers, the Raiders, the Chargers, and Tampa. Those are the only 5 teams that they'll have an issue with.
5-5. And you know the funny thing is, Alex?
What would that be?
Oh, did you listen to the latest episode of Ramley Talk?
I did not know.
I finished it. You know what my record was?
Kindly tell everybody. Tell
it's the same record I gave them last season and the season before, which is 12-5.
Yeah, tell the 30 plus people that are watching us on YouTube.
You know why he's 12-5? We're gonna split with San Francisco. We're gonna go to Tampa and the go finally gonna conquer us because he getting tired of it, of losing to Aaron Donald. You know where our other loss is gonna come in at?
Where?
We gotta go to the Superdome in New Orleans. That's the first meeting since that infamous NFC Championship game. And you know people gonna bring that up. And it's only gonna piss them off. We gotta go to Arrowhead. They ain't coming to us, we going to them. And that loud ass stadium. The environment matters in football. You should know that.
You could also hush up an environment really fast.
And then we got to go to Green Bay on that Monday night in December. And Ricky has been the one who always thought the Rams had a better roster than the Packers. But what always seems to happen when the Rams go to Green Bay?
Again, everybody thinks Aaron Rodgers is God. He doesn't have weapons. This is the first year that they did not give him viable pieces. Aaron Rodgers will be running for his life if he doesn't break his clavicle again by week 12.
And the funny thing is, me and Ricky got the same record, and he's the one going off. 12-5.
Again, the teams on that list are the viable ones that can legit throw a wrench into it. Buffalo, San Fran, Tampa, the Chargers, and the Raiders. Those are the only ones that I see any shot that the possibility of the Rams losing is big. They should smoke the rest of the schedule. They should. And now we're going to take our commercial break. A word from our lovely friends at Fanatics who are running currently all Labor Day sales this weekend. The Crucial Catch merch is all out because I believe October is Breast Cancer Month. Am I wrong? I'm not even sure.
No, you're not.
But what's up, Gabe Block? How you doing, my friend? Watching us on the Book of Face. When we come back, we're going to cover the AFC West. This is ArchRivals Football Season 4. The Bearman, the Playmaker, and the Master of Mayhem. We'll be right back. Paint Train Pipe Bomb Productions and the Playmakers blog are now both partnered with Fanatics. Fanatics is now your new home for all fan merchandise. From the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLS, NASCAR, WWE, international soccer leagues, and golf. Check out the links below for everyday deals on fanatics.com. And we're back. Playmaker, are we ready for the most? Are we ready for the most controversial division in football this year?
Because apparently, besides the NFC East, we have agreed on who's winning every other division.
Well, I've already currently technically made my prediction, but I might.
You're
as
the
well.
only one who picked the Cowboys to win the division, by me and Bearman picked Philly.
Listen, shit happens.
Man, everybody picked the Rams to win the West again.
I think we're gonna have Bearman start off with the San Diego Chargers.
They are long man Chargers. Damn it.
Whatever. They'll be always known as San Diego to me. You can all kiss my ass.
Between you and Brian Snow, y'all two.
Two peas in a pod.
Well, unfortunately,
Get up with the times.
Go ahead, Bearman.
it's going to be a 0-1 start. Las Vegas 6 win in Los Angeles.
Damn.
But then we
So
see.
you gonna say it's a repeat of what happened at the end of the season last season?
Yeah.
You so disrespectful.
And then. How did I pick the one earlier, the Chiefs and the Chargers?
I don't know. We never talked about the Chiefs, so we have to.
Right? Exactly. You know what? I got the Chargers.
We just started talking about this division.
Yeah, we just talked about this division, dude.
I'm so funny, aren't I? I love to put the humor in the show, but anyway.
Like, keep up.
Focus, damn it.
Chargers then go on a 4-game winning streak. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Jaguars. They beat the Texans. They beat the Browns. It's 4-1.
Wow, they winning 3 straight road games.
Yeah.
No, they have a the week 3 is at home against Jacksonville.
I know that. I'm saying he had them winning at Kansas City.
Sorry, go
Then
ahead.
they beat Denver at home, and they beat Seattle at home. So where are we at now?
That's 6.
And then they beat Atlanta. They're not going to lose to Atlanta.
You didn't give me Sunday.
Yeah.
And it is the Chargers we're talking about.
They lose to San Francisco,
Yeah, we know that.
and this time they lose to Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, they do lose to Arizona because that's how. I mean, is that how I had it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they get the revenge against Las Vegas in Las Vegas, and then they're squished to fish. They beat Miami. Oh boy! Now this is what I was like. Yeah, this is what I'm like. Yeah, the Titans and the Colts.
Sunday to Monday.
I had them losing to the Titans, didn't I?
I can't recall all the way back.
We take notes and don't even look at them. It's okay.
Yeah, we're too.
No, when I don't write what you say. Who's beating who? I just give you a tally for when you say.
Oh yeah, that's right.
winning,
He uses the tally system. You know, just jot this one down, this one down. It's okay.
Well, they lose to the Titans, but they beat the Colts.
Wow, on the road in Indianapolis.
And then there's the battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, you already talked about that. You just talked
Yeah.
about that a few minutes ago.
And then they beat Denver. They sweep Denver, and now John Misak really wants to kick my ass.
That is 11-6.
Oh my God.
11-6, and the funny thing is, as I look at my other notes that I did for my other shows, I had 11-6.
You know,
How nice it is to do other shows to do this, and y'all still around the same record that I'm doing.
well, I'm just gonna. We lost.
I know
them.
you got 8 wins for them already, so.
No, I don't have 8 wins. So, well,
I'm saying I already know you got 8 wins at least.
I'll just go out and say this: that I don't think any team in this division wins more than 11 games. Just to clarify that. Chargers are going to go 10-7. 10-7. I say they go 4-2 versus the division. They will split with the Raiders, and they will split with Kansas City.
Sweeping the Broncos.
Yes.
Sweeping the Ponies.
I think there are teams on this list that they will have trouble with. Indy will be a trouble game. Rams a trouble game. San Fran trouble game. There are going to be their bumps and bruises across the road. Cleveland's not going to be easy. Tennessee's not going to be easy. But I got them at 10-7. 10-7.
10-7.
Okay. Next up. Oh, it's Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
What's the point of saving them last if you just get the crap on them that the second block won't be come out?
Because I'm allowed to. That's the order I put it in. I want controversy creates cash. And we didn't play the game, but we will play the game eventually. Because I did kind of mess that whole thing up, but that's besides the point. All right, so here's Denver. Yes, they just signed Russell Wilson to a $260 million extension. Whoopee!
Pause, because I believe Alex, that guy over there, has a bear problem with that contract.
That's what I gotta ask. Like, you know how the Buffalo Bills gave Von Miller a massive deal, and I kind of described it as a PR stunt. So I would ask this: would this be kind of almost like a PR stunt by the Broncos, or do they really feel that Russell Wilson in his mid-30s is really gonna be the guy?
I will go to remind everybody that he did sign that ridiculously large contract deal with the Seahawks where it was like $40-something million guaranteed every year. Give me a fucking break.
Hey, the schedule is not up.
Oh. Well.
So basically,
Sorry.
This contract is nothing compared to what Seattle gave him.
Well, listen, okay? He was already getting paid money. Now you're extending him to his 40s. Okay, I think he was only supposed to be extended till like he was 37. All right? You're paying a guy that can't stay on the field. There is a laundry list of injuries Russell Wilson obtains where he's out minimal 6 weeks. Minimal 6 weeks. Remember last year he broke his finger on his throwing hand. You know, the number 1 finger. He broke a finger on his fucking hand.
Yeah.
And he couldn't grip the ball.
How long was he out, by the way?
He was
4
out
weeks?
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
The year before that, he fucked up his knee, I believe it was. And he was out 8 weeks.
Like you said, a laundry list, right?
The list, the list. There is a laundry list of Russell Wilson getting hurt every season.
And we're not talking about the list of Jericho.
No, he has not made that list. He never will make that list. Okay? Personally, I would have left his contract the way it was. We are not going to get, I can guarantee tell you, Russell Wilson's not making 40. He's not making 40. He is in technically what they call the twilight of his career. This is where quarterbacks of his stature and his performance start to decline. If we go back to a few years ago, there was this really great quarterback. His name was Michael Vick. Granted, he was out of football for a few years. But even after he came back, he was really good. And what happened to the scrambling quarterback? Faded away.
And Philadelphia paid him. I think Philadelphia paid him too.
Yes. And then he went from Philly to the Jets. That didn't last very long. Now, did it?
Nope.
No. Okay.
He didn't go to the Jets. He went to Pittsburgh.
Vick was on the Jets.
No, he did. He was on the Jets, but
he was on the Jets, and then he went to Pittsburgh to back up Big Ben.
He was like there for the preseason with the Jets. Was he there for? He was there briefly.
I believe he was there for like a season, and then they let him go. Okay.
He was actually there in 2015.
But once again, the scrambling quarterback does not have a really great shelf life after 30. Mm-hmm. And where is Russell Wilson right now? After 30.
I think he's 34.
Denver lost pieces just to obtain him. And their wide receiving core is banged up. If I remember correctly, they have a guy that's not even playing this season. One of their starting young wide receivers. Okay? And they're also playing in a division.
Judy, Cortland Sutton.
What?
They still have Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton.
Okay. But again,
they still have their main 2 targets.
Okay. But you can do defenses against them. I don't believe Denver's running game is really that great right now. To be honest. If you look at their offensive stats going into this year, they're not even in the top 15. Denver's offense is not in the top 15.
Oh, the offense. But running game, what you mean?
You can key on the run, and you only have 2 targets. I take that any day. And you're also playing now in a division. The Raiders got stronger. The Chargers got stronger. Kansas City, yes, did get weaker. I don't have Denver winning more than 7 games.
7?
Because the only teams that they may actually beat on this schedule, Houston, they could split with maybe 1 or 2 teams in the division. That's about it. Oh, wait, they'll beat Carolina. Oh, be lucky they don't have freaking Washington on the schedule. But I don't see them winning very many games. I'm sorry. Because I cannot put any faith in Russell Wilson staying on the field the entire season. And who's their backup quarterback? A nobody. And John in the chat, Mr. War Bronco himself, 7 wins. Right there, War Bronco. I just finished with my records and I have Denver sadly at 7 wins. Tell me where the hype is. Because it's not there. What was the highlight of your season? Oh my God, we traded for Russell Wilson, signed him for $260 million. Nope, sorry.
245.
Sorry.
All right, my next. Now that Mr. Misak's here, I guess am I next, Ricky?
Yes, you are.
Oh boy. No, I was worried about him. I was worried about him getting mad and wanting to kick my ass earlier, but I guess maybe I shouldn't worry about that based on his final decision on the record goes. But yeah, but you're right. Like you said, they gave away everything to get Russell Wilson. You can, and John and I have spoke about this. You cannot ignore the laundry list of injuries that Russell Wilson has suffered in the last couple of years, and the fact that he's now in his mid-30s. And you mentioned at that age when quarterbacks begin to fade away.
Well, that's what happens when you run at 99.
Yeah, but
that's Carson Wentz.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, the guy that could sprain both ankles in one game was Ricky loves to remind us of.
I was surprised.
I was gonna
You
say
didn't
it.
laugh, 'cause that was exactly what
I was gonna
thinking
say it,
about.
but he beat me to it.
Yeah, well, apparently, unlike Lamar Jackson, I've got you all figured out, don't I?
No, not really.
All right. Yeah, not really. All right. Anyway. So I mean, the fact that I'm actually giving Denver the win against Seattle. I mean, I'm just like, okay, because Seattle's really not even that much better. I mean, sometimes I would ask myself, because this is something we can honestly all debate: who's in the worst shape, Seattle or Denver?
Can we say 2-0? Because I don't know. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Right. Because let's say, yeah, Denver starting out 2-0, but then there's 2-2, and then it goes to 2-3, and then it goes to 2-4. They're not beating San Francisco. They're not beating Las Vegas. They're not beating the Colts, and they're not beating the Los Angeles Chargers. And yes,
Well, two of those division games is on the road, so
okay.
Both of them division games on the road, so I can see that.
Now, either way, if it was at home or on the road, I really doubt it would make a difference. This is the stuff that you wanted to see.
You saying the Denver Broncos? You're telling me the Denver Broncos, who now have a quarterback for once in their goddamn life, outside of Peyton Manning and John Elway, are not even going to beat the Vegas Raiders nor the Chargers?
No, absolutely not, Playmaker. Absolutely not.
You need to be tested.
This is what
you need to be tested.
Somebody get the marijuana test, please.
You need to be tested.
Get out the drug test.
Wait,
hold on.
Yeah. You know what? If you think I've already started this, yeah, you just
wait. Do me something. Wait. Hold on, man. Breathe into this, please. We need to do your test.
I'm good.
Breathe into this. Go ahead,
gentlemen. But you know what? Hey, you know what? If I had said that the Jets are going to beat Denver, then it'd be getting tested.
I said the Jets were beating Denver.
You said it.
I said it.
The Broncos are not losing to the Jets. The Broncos will not lose to the Jets. And I really wonder the reaction on Mr. John Meesack right now. What the hell's going on here?
I captured his response. I captured it. So if it happens, Meesack, you know what's coming your way from the Master of Mayhem.
I will proudly.
John getting on me, but John, you should know Ricky picked the Jets to beat your Broncos. So I think Ricky's the one who has to. I will
put it to you this way, okay? I will. Darnell, write this down, okay? Because we're gonna do this, okay? That game is week 7, okay? Just for that segment and that segment only, I will wear the jersey of the winner of that game on that show. And I have a Jets jersey and I have a Denver Broncos jersey.
Week 7 winner jersey wear. Okay.
I will do an outfit change for one game review.
All right. Jets beat the Broncos in week 7, okay?
All right. Well, let me know when I can continue.
No, I got you.
Sorry, I had to do that. I told you, controversy creates cash.
And then they beat the Jets. They go 3-4. You know what? They're gonna beat the Jaguars.
That's in London.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Darnell's already picked Jacksonville there.
Johnny said so yeah, Ricky picks the Jets and then Darnell picks the Jaguars. Hey, you know what?
You can go back and listen to it. I say I normally pick the Jaguars in London, but so I'm going against the grain on this one. I picked Denver.
All right. Anyway, they're not losing to Tennessee. And they got the Raiders again. That's going to be a sweep. But they'll beat Carolina. The Ravens, no. The Chiefs, unfortunately not. Denver versus Arizona. Remind everybody, what did I say about that one, Darnell?
He doesn't remember.
You don't have faith in Kyler Murray, so you went Denver.
I went Denver. So now John's really going to say to himself, because John, listen to this closely, buddy. Denver, I have Denver over Arizona. So now John's really like, what the hell's going on here? Now John's probably saying to himself, I need to be tested.
Christmas
Day. Sorry, John, it's not good. Well, John, I can't say it's going to be a sad Christmas because John has probably seen this coming for a while. They're not going to beat the Rams in Los Angeles.
New Year's. Damn, why y'all got to go to damn?
Well, they're not going to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, and unfortunately, they're not going to beat the Chargers at home to close out the season.
7-10. But then.
well, then you know what? So John and I both have him at 7 wins. So at the end of the day,
And that guy in that top
Yeah.
corner with that little Patriot logo in the background.
yeah. So at the end of the day, despite the mess and the mayhem that the Bear Texas, the Bear Man caused, you know what? The War Bronco and I are still on the same path.
I mean, damn.
And I can say the same path of destruction.
Didn't the Master Mayhem gave Denver at least one division win?
No.
You gave them none?
Oh no, I think I gave them 2.
And the Bearman didn't give them none division wins?
That's his problem.
0 division wins?
Oh my god.
Good gracious. I don't know. I think I like Ricky picking the Jets to beat the Broncos, then Bearman giving the Broncos no division wins. No division wins. Good
Listen,
gracious.
he's a very angry person when it comes to Denver now.
Yeah, okay. Now I think now John's really like, what the hell is going on here?
See, this is what happens when you have me keeping score. No division wins for the Broncos. You must be out your mind. It's a division.
You know what?
Everybody knows each
I
other.
said what I said, Playmaker.
Oh my god.
9-8.
9-8. Ooh.
9-8.
Wait,
Hey, John, I got more faith in your Broncos than you. That's a damn shame. 9-8.
Hey Darnell, I think you may need to breathe into this. We need to test you too.
No, you got to me.
The people that are watching on YouTube, I swear to God,
Look here.
if any of y'all would be so
Look
kindly to comment,
2-0.
we need to know your thoughts, y'all.
2-0. Okay.
Wait.
I think
You have-
because they gonna beat San Francisco. They beating San Francisco.
That's where you're smoking some serious crack.
They beat.
Oh,
That's the
so-
first.
That is
so-
where-
Our first 4 weeks of the season.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me go on the Google machine here, because I can prove you wrong on that part. But
No,
go ahead. I'll pull up this stat. And you go from there.
But,
They
well,
will go
before you
3-0.
go, let me make sure I heard it right, Ricky. Darnell has them beating San Francisco. Did I hear that right?
Correct.
Yes, you heard that right. It's
Oh, yeah.
in Denver.
And you know what? You said
looked
what
a
you
mile
said,
high.
didn't you? You said what you said, didn't you?
You goddamn right.
Yeah, I am goddamn right. And you know what? Here we are. All once we're all causing mayhem and chaos. But of
So
course,
it's
I'm going
3-0, right? They
split.
split them with that whole division split with each other. So there's all 3 wins for each other. That whole division split. Everybody beating each other up.
Well, I'm the one with the gutsy pick. I'm the one with Denver not getting a division win, right?
So that's 6, right? That's 6 wins, right? I don't know why the hell he picked them. He picked the Jets. I ain't picking the Jets. And I picked them in London, so that's 8 right there,
Mr.
right?
Resac must be really enjoying himself watching this.
And you know what? They beat Carolina. There go your 9. Take that to the bank.
Hey, listen, this isn't the Mayhem Money segment. We're not going there. It says we
Hey,
have...
You say what you said about our first 4 weeks. Denver's at home against the 49ers. That's a very good time to have that game week 3.
Listen, I'm not going to front
And Trey
on
Lance will most likely still be the quarterback.
By the way, John, I should really let you know, Cowboys Talk really misses you. It seems like my audience, they love you, man. So you got to
All right, what's next on the docket?
often.
All right, next up on the docket.
Raiders.
Yes, it's going to be the Raiders.
Damn Vegas.
The Vegas Raiders. And this is the team that I have
don't
picked
like
to
Vegas.
win the division.
I don't like Vegas.
I like Vegas.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
John, I'm
Vegas
telling you, they love you, and they want you to come on the show more. They want you to come preview the game against Tampa. I mean, they want you on the show. If you're a Broncos fan, they love you, man. I just want to let everybody know, my Cowboys Talk audience, they love John.
Hey,
They love him.
all right. This is where my fun begins because
There's nothing not to love about John. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna do something a little different here. Press, Bearman.
Oh, geez, here we go.
I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Y'all ready for this?
You're not David, dude.
And that's coming from somebody in Texas.
Ooh, burn.
You're just so full of yourself, aren't you, buddy?
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
Go ahead. Kill the bird. Kill the two birds with one stone.
Hey, I'm the one who picked 12-5 last year for the Rams, and what did they go? They went 12-5.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
And they won the Super Bowl. Okay,
I didn't criticize your predictions.
Here we go. The Raiders and the Chiefs both go 10-7. No need for me to waste my time or y'all time. They both go 10-7.
So you don't want to elaborate, do you?
Well, I already said the whole division beating each other up, so that's 3 wins apiece. So we talking what? Home to Arizona, that's a dub. That's 4. Okay. At Tennessee, is within that window of that first 4 weeks of Ricky. I think they might lose that one. Okay. They beat the Titans. Okay. They gonna beat the Jaguars. Okay. They gonna beat Seattle. They'll find a way to beat Pittsburgh. 10 wins.
This is where I disagree.
Of course you disagree.
You want to know why?
No,
I can tell you why.
I don't really want to know why.
What is... I don't know if anybody has really noticed this on the schedule. And I think this is where the Raiders are going to be ahead. The Raiders play one team that the other 3 teams don't play. There's a trip with Foxborough. Vegas versus the Pats.
That game's in Vegas.
Yes, the game is in Vegas. But
Sunday
the other
Night Football.
3 teams in the division do not get to play them.
Yeah, that's because
They get to play teams.
South.
They get to play teams with a little bit of stronger schedule. That's the difference. Because if you remember, I said it back in the AFC East show, I had Oakland beating the Pats. And I went on record saying that. I have the Raiders at 11-6. 4-2 in the division, which is respectful. Not going to lie on that. Again, their schedule is really weird. I'm agreeing with John on this. Because they legit alternate up till, I think that's week 8, where it says that they play 2 straight road games, but they're home, away. No, I'm sorry. Away, home, away, bye week, home, away for 2 weeks, 1 home game in the middle, 2 more away games. Their schedule is not set up the way any of the other teams in the division are. Not even close.
Yeah, if you look at it, that's more difficult than anything. You got them going 11.
Yes.
That's a lot of traveling.
It doesn't matter about the travel. The fact of it is that the majority of their games are not on the East Coast. The only
Saints,
East Coast games they play,
Jaguars,
Saints, Jaguars, but Jaguars should be like nothing for them. Pittsburgh, that's a W. They don't. Most of their games, with exceptions, even Tennessee is East Coast, but again, they don't. They play 3 games or 4 games on the East Coast. That's always their toughest trip, is whenever they go to the East Coast. Central in.
Pittsburgh, I think that's a Monday night game.
I don't know. The schedule's too small. Can't read it. But either way, you have definite wins on this. Again, they're gonna split with the Chargers. They could split with Kansas City. I don't see them I don't see them losing to Denver either way. But that schedule there, granted, I mean, you do a lot of traveling for the first 6-7 games that you're playing, but then it pretty much stabilizes, and they finish at home in Vegas the last 2 weeks. And Vegas is starting to be a tough place to play especially if they have any primetime games, which apparently they play very well in. You know, a.k.a. the Ravens game from last year.
And yet, you gave them one more win.
Mm-hmm. Because of the fact being that they are playing the Pats.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's it? That's one more win?
The underrated darkness. Salute to you and chat. What's up, my friend?
Sir, what's up, underrated darkness? Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in, sir.
But I have them winning that division, and it's an 11-6.
Okay, we won off.
And then
Bearman?
Yeah. All right. So based on how it went with the Chargers, what was the final record for the Chargers that I have, Playmaker?
I think you had them at 9.
9.
Didn't he have the Chargers at 9?
No, he had them 11-6 with me.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much on board with Ricky about Las Vegas, so whatever I say, I mean, I'm not going to say, I can't really say anything different than the master of Mayhem. And you have
Denver, so you already have Denver going 0-6, so that's 2 wins for the Raiders right there.
Yeah.
You had them splitting with the Chargers, and we didn't get to Kansas City yet.
That's 3-1, right?
Pretty much.
There's a split against Kansas City. Yeah, Ricky loves it.
He's really thinking about that. I should get the Jeopardy theme to play.
I know he don't.
Let's be honest. They're not going to lose to the Texans. They're not going to lose to the Jaguars. And then you got the Patriots and the Raiders. Oh boy.
See what I mean? Normally the NFL, and this is where I kind of, again, have a lot of issues with their scheduling, how you only have them playing one team that the other 3 in the division normally play. Like, I understand they switched the divisions around. Let's not get that twisted, okay? But how do you have Kansas City not playing New England like it normally is? You normally will throw the Chargers in there against the Pats. Although then again, the last few games, the Chargers got smoked. But how do you have that separate? And what's the difference in the schedule, really? What team do the other 3 play where the Raiders play the Pats?
Do you want me to answer that question for
Yes.
you? Who won the division last year?
Buffalo.
Who won the West last year?
Chiefs.
Ain't they 2 playing each other?
No, the Chiefs are not playing the Pats this year.
No. You said Buffalo, and you said the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Ain't they on the schedule?
Yes, but what is even regardless
Who
of
finished second in your division?
Yeah, but did not Buffalo win the division 2 seasons ago? And they still played the Pats.
Let me finish. Who came in second in your division?
The Patriots.
Who came in second in the West?
The Raiders.
There go your answer.
All right. Well, this is that. Couple interesting games, yeah, against the Colts. Now, it's going to be in Las Vegas, but I think the Raiders pull through. Roll the dice, and they get lucky. Make a couple of angles. Oh, Raiders against Pittsburgh at Heinz Field, if it's still called Heinz Field. But you know what? Hey, you know what? If Ricky's still gonna call him San Diego, you know what? You know what, Ricky? I'm gonna take a little page out of your play, but it's still gonna be Heinz Field.
Unfortunately, we can't call it the Ketchup Stadium anymore. We're not allowed.
No. You know what? Steelers Stadium. You know what? The Steelers Stadium. I don't care.
In tribute, I did have Heinz ketchup on my hot dogs today. Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
Well, that's good because that's good, and it seems to me that you really enjoyed it.
Oh, I did.
Anyway.
4 hot dogs.
Well, I bet I could eat more than you, but anyway.
Hey.
Listen, I didn't want to take a mid-show dump.
Back to the football here. We still got one more team to go through here.
Oh my God, do we really have to?
The Patriots and the Raiders. I said this one already, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did.
Did I pick the Raiders, Ricky?
I don't even want to delve into that. I know I had the Raiders beating them, so.
I mean, that's how the confidence. Yeah, I mean, I can't back out of that one. So where are we
I
at
didn't
so
think the
far?
Cardinals.
Where are we
I
at?
don't remember you saying anything about the Cardinals or the Titans.
Well, I think they'll beat the Titans.
And not the Cardinals.
Speaking of the season, so but I have to about Arizona. So no, I have Arizona winning it.
All right, now we can go down. Oh, I already know you got them beating Seattle. So
I spoke about the 49ers and Raiders earlier. I mean, if they were still in Oakland, this would be the Battle of San Francisco Bay.
now you picked San Fran anyway.
Battle of the rundown Northern California.
Pittsburgh.
That San Francisco treat.
Pittsburgh.
Shitsburg.
Yeah, I said they're being Pittsburgh.
Shitsburg.
Yeah, Ricky and I said we can't call. I can't call. We can't call him Heinz. We can't call him Ketchup Stadium anymore.
Yeah, there's no
wow, guess what? That is 10-6.
there's no Ben Roethlisberger anymore. I mean Roethlisberger.
10-7.
Sorry, I got that. In.
So, well, there's that game against the Rams. I didn't talk about that, but you guys already know about the Rams. They're not going to beat the Rams.
I know. We all had them. We all had them beating the Raiders in the first half.
No, that's the Liberman said because he said the Raiders were going to LA and beating us. Disrespectful, man.
I just trolled. Did I troll him?
Yeah, you just did. You just trolled him.
Did it work? Did it work?
No, it didn't. You see, he got angry.
Yes,
He's got that smirk on his face. You can see he got a little bit angry because I said that. Okay. All right. So are we all in on Oakland? Are we all in on Oakland?
Suppose so.
All right.
What Andre he did was he traded us losing the Lambeau Field to us losing at home to the freaking Raiders. I don't know which one's worse.
Shit happens. All right. Finally, in the West, we have the former division winner of the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think I'm going to let Bearman start this because I think the chaos has to happen at the end.
No, I think the chaos already happened.
Would Darnell be upset with Chargers being the only team to win against the Rams?
Ooh.
No.
Ooh, look at
Wait a minute. What?
the perspiration is coming.
Hold on. Whoa.
The perspiration's coming.
You're telling me that between you and Bearman, that the Rams are going to go to Arrowhead, like the loudest stadium to play at, with Patrick Mahomes still at quarterback, Andy Reid still the coach, and they still got Travis Kelce, and we're going to go in there and win? Am I missing? What am I missing? Ricky, what am I missing here? Okay.
Hey.
I'm just saying this right now. I don't see the Rams losing to the Chiefs. I don't.
So you.
I don't. I told you this earlier.
It's Chargers.
I don't.
Chargers.
The Chargers again are a better team than they are. They added more veteran presence on that team this year, and you cannot argue. You cannot argue with the Chargers wide receivers.
So I'm the only one here that knows exactly how this is going to turn out because we're not winning at Arrowhead. We never won at Arrowhead to begin with.
Listen,
in St. Louis.
Let's get this straight, okay? The Chiefs, yes, have firepower. I'm not going to lie about that. They have firepower. They don't have enough. Them childishly trading Tyke Hill to the Dolphins was the death knell. They do not have a guy in their roster right now that can duplicate his skills. They don't.
Another part of this equation. So are the Rams the Lakers and the Chargers the Clippers? Is that what we doing here?
That's the way it looks.
Okay.
That's the way it looks.
Yeah.
Because with that being said, the Lakers been getting their ass whipped by the Clippers lately. That's basically what y'all telling me.
I don't know if the Lakers won this year or not because I don't follow basketball.
No, I'm just saying because.
But I believe the Clippers did better than them, though, right?
Are the little team, and the Rams is the team of LA.
Again, and you know what? I hate to say it. Times are going to change at some point Little brother's going to come up and smack big brother right in the fucking 3-piece set at some point.
At some point.
At
Well,
some
you
point,
didn't
he's
say
going
it
to
was
trip.
be this year, so you didn't say it was gonna be this year, so
Again, but now we're on the Chiefs. And I'm going to... that's about right, Darnell, is what John said. All right. Again, the Chiefs are not the Chiefs. I don't care how much you freaking try to paint a picture about Patrick Mahomes or everything else. The roster fell apart. Again, I don't have much faith in them. I have them at 8. I have them at 8 and 9. This is how bad it is.
9.
8 and 9.
And for the record, did I have them beating? I had them losing Arizona, didn't I?
You'll have to keep those stats for next time. I don't.
They don't
Because
have
there's,
Darnell.
I'll put it to you this way: that schedule to start is trouble. That is a trouble start.
On the road to Arizona, home to Chargers Thursday night, at Indianapolis Colts, at Tampa Bay Sunday night, home to the Raiders Monday night, home to the Buffalo Bills, and on the road to San Francisco before the bye week. Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm. And these are on my I believe all of these teams I have with winning schedules.
Let me see. Playoff team, missed the playoffs. Missed the playoffs. Playoff team, man. Playoff team.
Mm-hmm. That's not an easy schedule to start at all. That's 7 games against teams that we've picked, all with winning records. And I hate to say it, most of those teams, in fact, 3 of those teams, 4 of those teams, 4 of those teams, 4 of those teams we've picked as division winners already.
Well, you have picked. Yeah, you went with.
We picked the Colts. I'm pretty sure we picked the Colts as a division winner.
I say you picked the Raiders. We ain't even finished.
But again, I'm saying here we've already picked Indy as a division winner, Tampa as a division winner, Buffalo as a division winner. Again, that's not an easy.
And you got the Raiders winning the division.
Mm-hmm. So that's not an easy schedule right there. They don't have any cakewalk till maybe week 10.
Yeah, home to Jacksonville.
And there's not, again, they could split with the division. I think they could probably maybe go 3-3. But outside of that, Seattle, Houston, Jacksonville.
That's 6.
Maybe Tennessee, 7.
That's 7. And that's on a Sunday night at home.
It's not a. I think I had them beating the Cardinals in week 1, but outside of that, nothing more than 8 wins. Nothing more than 8. Sorry, Chiefs Nation. You gotta kind of be honest with this.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not.
Oh, so are you going 8 and 9 there, man?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what John said about Kansas City. If he had Denver at 7 wins, I'd love to hear what he's got to say about Kansas City.
There's no faith in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, who have done this over and over. Especially Andy Reid.
Again, I don't see that offense as fire loaded as it is.
Whoa! Well, look, there you go, Ricky. You got your answer.
13 wins.
They're 13 wins. That means you have them smoking Tampa. You have them smoking the division, and the Rams, Cincinnati. I doubt that.
No, he has us beating them.
So who are they losing 4 games to on this schedule?
So there's already the Rams. That's the first one. If I had to guess, they're probably gonna split with the division. So that's probably the 4 right there.
Yeah, but then you're looking at 9 other games that they're going to win. They're going to beat Cincinnati. Who's got their number right now? No. I don't have them beating San Francisco. So who else is viable on that schedule? Splitting Raiders, Chargers, Rams, and Bills. I don't know. I don't see that happening. Now, especially with that the first 9 games that they got, or the first 9 weeks. If they're lucky to escape that 4-4, they're lucky. They're lucky if they escape 4-4 through to the bye week.
Whoa.
All right, are we ready to play the game?
Yeah, because next Tuesday?
Yes, we have the.
So on Tuesday's show, once I do my due diligence and do what I need to do, the 3 of us will give you our AFC and NFC playoff picture, which mine was already set. It is y'all too. They need to do yours.
Well, here's the game. Okay, Darnell started this game last year. We're going to start this game this year.
Huh?
Yes.
Blame it on Darnell, right?
Yes, we're going to blame it on Darnell. We're playing a game.
How many games I started?
Well, this game here is your favorite game. Who's better than who? I love this
You
game.
can't start that game. This season ain't even here yet.
We're allowed to because apparently this is going to be the toughest division in football.
Well, arguably, Buffalo's the best team in the AFC, right?
I would get back to you. I got all the records right here.
That's why I said arguably, gentlemen.
Again,
I will get when I do my final thing with the West. I will come to you guys and tell you who's first, second, third, and fourth. And if there's any tiebreakers that y'all need to break, I will let you know.
Well, I want John in on this game too, so we're going to wait for his comments as we go through. Okay.
There. You want a break? There.
All right. Yeah. I'm not even playing a commercial for this. I'm just going to go straight through. Okay. Who's better than who is the game? And we're focusing on the AFC West. Again, this should have been done before we did our picks. Okay? I think it's 5 questions, and we go from there. Who's better than who in the division? Starting at quarterback. Who's got the best quarterback in the AFC West?
Kansas City.
Alex?
Kansas City. But, like we
Ain't nobody. You said Kansas City. Kansas City got the best quarterback.
Okay, but can I at least make a statement?
Yeah, I want to hear his outcry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the best, but as Ricky said, the roster. What did the roster do again, Ricky? In your words, because I'm not going to steal your words.
Shit the bed. They shit the bed. Big time.
It doesn't matter. He asked.
So for now,
get to the rest of the roster yet.
But
let him get to the rest of the roster.
Yeah. All right.
He's going to get to. He's playing my game, since I know he's going to get to the rest of the roster.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now. Okay.
But as it becomes more and more clear, Patrick Mahomes is going to struggle. So things are going to go bad.
Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in that division.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah, I know.
So now you're saying you're picking Patrick Mahomes over Russell Wilson. Correct?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Running back. Which team out of the 4 has the best running back core?
Denver.
Well, who does Los Angeles have aside from Austin?
That's about it. That's about it.
Well, there you go. If you only have
The
one
Raiders,
guy,
Josh Jacobs,
it's not
that's about
a core. If it's just one man, it's not a core. It's not a unit. So Los Angeles doesn't have one.
Same with the Raiders.
Yeah, and of course, in Kansas City. What about Kansas City?
Kyle Elzolaire, that's about it.
Yeah. So it's obvious. It's Denver. This is why I wanted to make sure, because of course we gotta back up the facts. We gotta remind everybody because it's
Devontae Williams and Melvin Gordon.
John said the Chargers. That's what he said. He said the Chargers are running back.
So he's taking one awesome egg over both his own running backs.
Well, hold on. Let's take a look at the running back depth chart, shall we?
Yeah, do that, Alex, please.
Well, they did.
Go ahead.
Well, they did recently sign Sonny Michel, who was, I believe, released by the Dolphins
And the Ravens,
and the Ravens. Okay.
Ricky has no faith in Sonny Michel.
because he didn't do anything on the Rams either.
Exactly.
Bill
Yeah.
Belichick knew what he was doing.
So right now, as far as I know, there's Austin Eckler and there's a guy named Isaiah Spiller.
Who's actually projected
Ricky,
to be very good.
he's a rookie. He's a rookie. I
Yeah.
gotta see it. I gotta see it first. I like him out of Texas A&M. But you at the NFL.
Are we ready for the next part?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this makes or breaks what the division breaks down to. What is the best wide receiving core in the AFC
Vegas.
West?
Vegas is no even. Don't even nobody. If you say anything but Vegas, you wrong.
I mean, Las Vegas.
I don't know. I fail.
You
I
taking
failed-
Chargers, ain't you?
I fail to see anybody better than the Chargers having 3 wide receivers on their roster.
Name the 3 we talking about.
I can't disagree with John because
I mean,
he said it too.
Yeah. I mean,
Mike
do not
Evans.
forget-
Mike Evans has had the
Did
most.
not forget.
Mike Evans
not
has had the
forget about
most
Hudson Retro?
catches. Mike Evans has had the most catches the last 3 seasons out of the West.
You mean Williams?
Mike
Williams?
Evans
Yes.
is in Tampa.
You know who I'm talking about.
I mean, there's Mike Williams. There's Keenan Allen.
Mike Williams is
Keenan
not
Allen. I'm sorry.
better than-
Keenan
Williams
Allen's
is
had the
not better
most
than
targets. In
Hunter.
fact, Keenan Allen's had the
Yes,
most
Keenan.
targets. In fact, and he's been up there in
Yeah,
catches the last few seasons.
Who did the Raiders go get? Who to most people is the best?
And
wide
who
receiver
is
in the
there
entire
after
NFL?
him? Who is there after him?
Hunter Renfrow.
Won't be the same. The Raiders are the Chargers are the most balanced wide receiver core in the NFL right now. There are weapons there.
There are
Tampa
weapons in
Tampa
Vegas
is
too.
close. Tampa is close. But the Chargers
Yeah.
do have probably one of the most elite wide receiving cores in the NFL right now.
I'm not going elite. Mike Williams is not consistent. Mike Williams is not consistent.
He's also double teamed every time because he's the biggest guy on the field.
You got to be consistent.
Tight end.
And that's Vegas.
You're picking Vegas over Travis Kelce.
That's a good point. I had to go Travis Kelce. My bad.
The only reason why I say Kansas City's got the best tight end core is Kelce doesn't get hurt. Darren Waller gets hurt.
But
2 seasons in a row. I know because I had him on my fantasy team.
when he's healthy, he's up there. When he's healthy, he's up there.
Stop sleeping on the Joshua Palmer.
I'm not. They don't use him enough. That's the problem. I know about Joshua Palmer. They just don't use him enough.
See? So we have right now the Chiefs at quarterback. You guys said who for running back?
Denver.
That you said Denver, and I've got the Chargers. Okay? No brainer with the tight end of the guys behind. Correct. Now here's where we get to the fun parts. The trenches. The front 5s and front 7s. This is combined because this is a very, very big key, again, to how they go. Offensive lines and defensive lines, who combined are the better trench guys? Combined. Offensive line and defensive line.
Hell, all of them got problems in both of them areas.
Yeah.
You might have this football coin to pick one out of a hat.
I'm probably, I don't know, Chiefs with the O-line? No.
Yeah, Kansas City definitely got the O-line.
No. They can't protect fucking Mahomes. They haven't been able to do that after the Super Bowl. He runs around with his hair more on fire than freaking Russell Wilson does.
The fact that the Chargers did get Khalil Medical and Joey Bosa, I gotta go Chargers for D-line.
Okay, it's 51 seconds.
Chargers
Yeah,
with the
O-line.
D-line and edge.
Yeah, you got to go Chargers with D-line. That's because if they know where to snatch goddamn Khalil Mack to team up with Joey Bosa.
Thank you, Nick. I'm glad you're finally here.
Nicholas.
And we are not talking about no damn South. We talking about the West.
No, but he said it. Tampa exposed that O-line, which means, again, this is the reason why I did not have Kansas City with that many wins.
What O-line you gonna trust then?
The only O-line I probably think I can trust in is probably Vegas.
And that's not even confidence.
They got rid of a lot of weak parts. I think they're all a little bit stronger than they were last year.
Didn't they just get rid of an offensive lineman already?
Yeah, who couldn't cut the mustard. And they put somebody in better in his spot.
You think? Do you
No,
believe
because
that?
there were reports on it. He was not performing well during training camp.
I'm talking about the person that is replacing him. Do you believe he's gonna do better?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, like you said, every O-line in that division is horrible. That's placing it on a pretty low scale to begin with.
Even John is questioning you picking Vegas.
Listen, it's going to be different this year because they actually have a viable fucking offensive coordinator now.
You know what? I picked the Broncos with running backs. I'm picking the O-line of Broncos because you got to have a line to do what you do at running back.
All right, the final one would be the overall defenses for both teams, for all four.
Chargers.
Bearman?
Chargers.
I don't know. It's a toss-up.
I mean, the Broncos come in second.
I probably would put the Broncos in a close tie with the Chargers. Close tie. Because that's the only thing that Denver really has is a defense. That's the only thing that's going to keep Denver in any games is their defense. So I have Chargers, Denver kind of like 1-2. They could flip-flop, but it's very close on that part. Very close on that part.
Very close on that part.
Yes. All right. So, anybody got final comments for the show?
It's actually a good show. And Darnell, based on the conversation we had, I mean, you got what you asked for, buddy. I mean, I think we both did. And you know what? I can take it to the next level throughout the season, guys.
Listen.
Disrespectful. The blasphemy that spewed out your mouth. The unmitigated gall.
You wanted the Jekyll and Hyde effect, Playmaker. You got it.
What does Ricky say? Controversy
creates cash.
Correct?
Controversy creates cash. I love it.
But remember, whatever you say, we have the right to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And what you said was blasphemous.
John, I did not say that Denver was not winning a game in the division. That gentleman right over there, well, I'll point in the other direction. Whatever. Alex is the one that said you guys won't win a game in the division.
The blasphemous of that statement.
You'll have to take that up with him. Maybe it's a season bet that he has to wear a Denver Broncos jersey for a day. Oh, I would love to see that happen. I would love to see that happen. All right.
When is their first divisional game?
Wait, Denver?
Yeah, when is their first divisional game?
Denver's first divisional game is week 4.
Week 4.
At Vegas.
Ooh. Week 4, Bearman, you better be the biggest Raider fan I know. Because if Broncos walk in there and win, oh, you win for it that Tuesday. You know that, right?
Oh.
You win for it.
We'll have to have a death counter put up on the show. All right. So that's it for ArchRivals Football Season 4, the AFC and NFC West preview. We hope you guys have all enjoyed the show. Thanks to all of those people that checked us out on Facebook, YouTube, no Twitch, no Twitter, but we did hang out on the Playmakers blog. We played out on the Pipe Bomb channels. We'll be back again with this show Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have
Talking
Thursday Night
playoffs.
Football.
And we're previewing season opener.
I can't wait.
at
I can't
LA.
wait. By the way, that game's not on Prime. It starts week 2, correct? I believe the opening game is on ESPN.
Yeah. No, it's on NBC.
Oh, even better. The one and only game that'll be on NBC, and the rest of the year will be on Prime. So if you haven't gotten your Amazon Prime accounts, you do get Amazon Prime Video with it. You're able to watch it. I believe the whole thing is like $14.99 a month. That is the Bear Man of Texas. Down below is the Playmaker. I am the Master of Mayhem. And, there's this thing that we do. Oh, yeah. We're out of here. You've just experienced ArchRivals Football Season 4. Click that like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when a new Arch episode is live on the air. Check out our sponsor links down below for everyday deals on Fanatics, NFLshop.com, and Points.com. Need merch? Check out www.paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for quality merch at amazing prices. Tune in again next time for ArchRivals Football Season 4.